In a draft class with a few other future Hall of Famers, Sanders' enigma and brash personality is probably the reason he fell to fifth slot, straight into the Atlanta Falcons' lap. Sanders was set on playing in both the MLB and the NFL. Drafted by the Yankees while having contract issues with Atlanta, Sanders worked his way into the Yanks' starting lineup. In the truest primetime fashion, Sanders blasted a home run for the Yankees, then made his Falcons debut less than a day later. And what a debut it was. Sanders returned his first punt return 66 yards for a touchdown. Sanders was only a professional for 1 week, and he had done something no one had ever done. Homered in the MLB and scored a touchdown in the NFL within a day's time. It does seem like every time you look over, Deion was doing something no one had ever done before. To make his schedule easier, Sanders signed with the Atlanta Braves in 1990, but it didn't take long before Sanders got tired of not being able to play in the baseball playoffs because the NFL season coincided. He manufactured his second deal to allow him to play both at the same time. In his first full postseason in baseball, Deion Sanders played outfield for the Braves in a World Series. All he did next was show up without any training camp and missing a quarter of the season to earn an All-Pro corner and a Pro Bowl punt returner nod. His time with the Falcons had come to an end when he scored 10 return touchdowns and was twice named the best cornerback in football. He signed with the 49ers next and had arguably the greatest year of his legendary career. He picked off 6 passes, 3 of which he scored on. On just those 6 interceptions, Prime set a still-standing interception return single-season mark at 303 yards. The most notable of those interceptions came on a 94-yard revenge pick against the Falcons. Deion stared down the Falcons' sidelines as he high-stepped into the end zone. Sanders and the 49ers won the NFC Championship, which led to another Prime first, being the only player to play in a World Series and a Super Bowl. Sanders ended up coming up with a fourth-quarter interception in the big game to win his first championship. All offseason, as Prime was playing baseball with the Reds, the media and the NFL were courting his services. While filming a commercial for a video game about himself, Deion had to dress up with 6 different team jerseys on because he didn't know what team he would eventually join. What became known as the infamous Deion sweepstakes was eventually won by America's team. Deciding factor, the Cowboys allowed Deion to double as a wide receiver as well. So, in 1996, Deion Sanders was the first starting outfielder for the San Francisco Giants, the best cover corner in the world for the Dallas Cowboys, and he was the newest slot receiver for America's team. In 95, Deion helped the Cowboys win their last of 3 Super Bowls, capping off their dynasty. Winning back-to-back titles on 2 separate teams put Sanders into exclusive company, as it had only been done once before and has since been only done one more time. Sanders took on duties as a starting receiver as well. It shouldn't surprise anybody that Deion turned out to be a pretty good receiver. In his lone year, he caught 36 passes for 376 yards and a touchdown. He did all this while also being named to another All-Pro team as a corner. Deion played at an All-Pro level with the boys until 2000, when he signed a monster deal to become a Washington Redskin. But only 1 season into the 7-year deal, Sanders shocked the football world by retiring. 4 seasons away from football, Deion was convinced to come back and play for the Baltimore Ravens. He looked like he hadn't missed a beat. One of those seasons was at corner, and the other at safety. He added 5 more interceptions and another touchdown. He retired. His 19 return touchdowns were more than any player in history. Primetime is only one of 2 players to score a touchdown 6 different ways.